Hey everybody, it's the Redstone Wizard here again, bringing you another Redstone tutorial. This time, we're doing a new piston bolt. Alright, now, as you can see, we're actually moving quite rapidly. A little test, it was about 10 blocks per second, which is slower than some, but still faster than a minecart on powered rails. And this is a 300 block run. Now, the advantage to this one versus any of the other ones that I have seen is I have them pretty much right next to each other. So we'll come off and we will come over here, hop in this one, push the button, and as you can see, it is working on this one. So, what do you say, guys? Let's get to building this thing. Hey everybody, I'm back and I've got a little demonstration for you guys real fast. We've got the rails here and we need to curve them. Now this is very important to understand how to do it. So what happens is rails will always connect to the south and the east rail whenever possible. So if you have a rail over here and a rail over here and here, it's going to connect these two first because it takes east over south and south over, well, these ones over north and west. That's not to say it's the same as if you power it. It will always connect to the north, to the south and east first, but it connects to the west and to the north when powered. So if I place it here, break this one, place it here, break this one, it's just reversed when you power it directly like that. So that's important because we need to have the rails curved. So to start out with, you're going to need to build a 6 wide area as long as you want. And so I'm just going to, and this is literally the maximum width that you need to build this design specifically. So now what we're going to need, and this is per section, and each section is 2 blocks wide. We're going to need at least 4 blocks, 3 of them if 3 blocks of any type you want, and at least maybe 1 solid block or a redstone block. If you're using the solid blocks, you're going to need levers. If you're going to use the redstone block, you don't need levers. So I'm going to show you guys how to do the lever one and the redstone block one because it makes it so much easier. Then you're going to need at least 2 pistons, 4. Actually, we're going to need to double that. 8 observers, a bunch of rails, so a minecart at least for when we're riding. So yeah. So the first thing you want to do is take your comparators or your repeaters, your choice, whichever one you want to use. If you wanted to go slower, use a repeater, add more delay. If you don't care, you can use comparators, use repeaters, and on your center line per track, you need to go down all the way to the end with the repeaters or comparators, your choice. I'm going to do this side with the comparators just to show you guys that it doesn't matter which one you use. Then we need to take our observers. Decide where your first piston is going to be. Is it going to be on the left side or is it going to be on the right side? Is it going to be, and then you can decide over here the same thing. You can either have them lined up like this, like I have over here, or you can stagger them like this I think we'll do the stagger. So, and every other side, we're going to place an observer detecting the repeaters. This is a very short run, so it's not going to matter as much. And again, on the opposite side, we are going to, in the gaps here, we're going to place our observers. And here, same thing. This way might be the easiest way to build it, and it really works either way, because none of this will contaminate the other one, which is pretty much the entire goal. So now we need to place observers on top of every single observer. So this is it's a little more resource intensive than some other ones not using observers, but you know what? It's so worth it though. Able to get around, not do anything. Okay, so now knowing which direction your rails are attaching to, we are going to utilize this first repeater, this first one, to say, okay, this over here is our power. So as you can see, it goes. That's our power spot. So from here, we need to, and I do recommend doing it this way, place blocks all down the center, go one above after that, and then one down. And then just run a bunch of rails all the way back. Then we'll just fill this in. These could be any blocks you want as long as you can place a rail on it. It doesn't matter what you want. You can remove them afterwards if we feel like it. But we need them on this side of the line. And then all we're going to do is place a block. Place the rail. It's going to curve. We're going to place, break, place. Now you can remove this rail, and you're going to have to unless you drop it down one. And have to be careful when adjusting these rails, because once you mess one up, all the other ones after it will be messed up. So either nothing, which I have here, and which is actually what I prefer, and nothing here, and just continue going on, place, break, then you break the other ones, break the previous one. Once you curve the rail, then you break it. And you can come back later and actually remove them if you feel like. Have a buddy of yours come back after you're done removing these on right behind you, a couple of afterwards. But yeah, then we're going to take our pistons. This is going to be the first one. So the minecart, when it's sitting here, it is sitting at a corner on this block. With this piston, if it pushes, it will push it into this block, which is what we're utilizing. So all we have to do is on the face of all these observers, just place a regular piston. And that's in that normal piston. So now, if I place the minecart back down here and activate it, it gets launched off. And you're able to go again. Now, going back the other way, or this is the north-south, this is the northwest direction, because south is easy, south and east is easier than north and west. So what we need to do is the exact same thing. Place your rails. And I do recommend doing this, period, because this just makes things so much faster. We have to be able to, and now the two options here is open or still the same thing, but it's all depending on what you want. Now, if you want these to be open, I recommend using the lever method. If you have a lot of redstone, you can just place your redstone blocks down and you'll be fine. I'm just going to do those last 3 as redstone blocks. Make your line. First one, you place down. Get yourself 2 redstone blocks. 1, 2. Come over to the side, place, break. Then come over here, break the block, take a lever, activate it, break the redstone block, and move to the next one. Place, and then again, if you have a lot of resources, you can do this entirely out of redstone blocks like I did here. But if you're short on resources and you're building this, I recommend using the method with the levers. Because if you don't use the levers, you're going to not have a working back piston bolt. So, but yeah, if we just continue on, we'll be able to get all the way over here. It takes a while, but I'm just going to do this. So if you're using just the redstone blocks, all it is place and then break. Drop it down if you feel like it. Prevent mob spawning by having glass here, carpets, whatever, just as long as there is nothing in this block area. Because we need the pistons, and like in the other one, we are going to place the pistons on top of the observers. And it's going to have the exact same effect. So let me switch these out for redstone blocks because it's so much easier to get these set up than without the levers, because you have to move the levers. And I'm going to leave the rails. I'm not going to leave the rails in. I'm actually going to drop them down, because I think having the rails there will add a little bit of security, more for everybody else versus anything. There's no chances that they're going to fall through, but also just easier to fix if it breaks, because you don't have to worry about certain aspects of it breaking. So let's get our rails, let's make our line. First one. And I'm working on figuring out how to make a machine be able to do the curving of the rails. So you guys are going to have to give me some time to figure that out, because that's the whole point of me making this, is so that I can get a machine to do it. But yeah, I got that set up, and now we have the minecart. Let's activate the lever, and as you can see, the comparators work as well. So I hope you guys found this video useful. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like. If you have any questions or comments, you can actually leave them down in the comment section, or you can join my Discord. Link will be in the description if it's a major question. If you want to support me, you can either subscribe or join my Patreon. Link will also be in the description. But you guys, this is the Redstone Wizard. Enjoy building.